What's going on, you guys? What's going on? What is going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on? Now, I want to talk to you guys about something really quickly, and that is about this t-shirt brand that is owned by one of my bestest friends in the world by the name of Sammy, and it's called Shifted. I want you guys to go over to etsy.com and check out this t-shirt line, honey, and see what you guys like and get into it, you guys. It's made for everyone, made for shifters, okay? One of those t-shirts. Make sure you guys go and support him. Sammy is my best friend, been my best friend for literally over a decade, and he's doing something new, got a little business, and I'm here for it. So make sure you guys go and support him, okay? Um, but what's the tea, you guys? What's going on? Now, y'all do know that also today is the Whether You Like It or Not panel, and it will be over on Giving You the Real Teas platform. So make sure you guys go over there tonight at 8:30, because you do know that we're gonna have us a good time tonight, y'all. And that's just that on that, honey. Okay. I see we got three moderators in here so far. I see we got Kendra, Sharice, and Chastity. I think I'm saying the name right. And Chastity. Okay. So those are the three moderators that are in the building tonight. And I really appreciate you guys being in the building tonight. All right. Now, we're gonna get started at the 5 minute mark. So we ain't in a rush over here, but I just want to give the people some time to get their asses on up in here, because I really feel like this is going to be an interesting live because of the topic of discussion, because we don't really be hearing from the guys and stuff like that when they talk about stuff like this, and especially when this being love and hip hop. We really got to get to the things of the things and hear what this person has to say. But I explain it all to you once we get to that 5 minute mark, y'all. What else is going on? I'm just here and I'm ready to give you guys the news, chat. Just just ready to give you guys the news and see what's going and see what the tea is, so we can get up here and gag together. That's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna get up here and gag together, child. That's what we're here to do. I just want to know y'all ready to gag. I see Norris is here. That's another moderator in the building. Ooh, yeah. Well, I'll tell y'all, I'm so sleepy. I promise y'all, I am so damn sleepy. I don't know if y'all can see it in my eyes, but baby, I am sleepy. Sleepy is not the word. Okay, so now that we are approaching the 4 minute mark, it's time for you guys to do what I need for you guys to do normally. Now we got Norris, Chastity, Sharice, and Kendra in the building as moderators. So make sure that the chat is clean. Make sure that everybody is engaging, and also make sure that you guys are lighting this chat up as we go into the 5 minute mark. This is the year of engagement for the Scotty by Nature TV platform, and we want to have more engagement. So if it's 27 people in the chat, then we need 27 people lighting this chat up with nothing but fire emojis. That's all I need to see is fire emojis all throughout this damn chat. Okay, it's 29 of you guys up in here so far. 30 of you guys up in here so far. So let's light this chat up. Yes, there we go. I see you guys lighting it up as we speak. Go ahead and light it up. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Light up this chat. As we got 10 more seconds before we hit 5 minutes. So let's light this chat up real quick, y'all. All right, now we at the 5 minute mark. So let's go ahead and get into what we're here to talk about. Now we're here to talk about Botchey. If you don't watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Botchey was on Love and Hip Hop during season 7, and he's been appearing on episodes on this current season. And he is the ex-boyfriend of Scrappy's current girlfriend, Brittany. Now, I want you guys to know that he did an interview with Chaotic to talk about how Scrappy betrayed him and how Scrappy Like he betrayed Scrappy by dating his ex-girlfriend Brittany and got him fired from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and was doing some sucker shit. Now I'm gonna go on record and say this before we even get into it. Chaotic is the one that's doing this interview, so I do have my qualms about him doing it. I'm gonna tell you why. Chaotic sounds like a scorned lover. Every time something is going on with Scrappy, it's like he got to jump on it. And my thing is, baby, Scrappy did do you wrong, and I definitely understand that. But child, why you gotta make every video you do on your platform be about Scrappy? That's all I'm saying. It's giving scorned lover, but whatever. Don't listen to me, whatever. But let's go ahead and get into this interview. As you guys know, this is one of those type of interviews where we listen to what they have to say, we stop it, we give commentary, and then we keep the interview moving. This interview is about 41 minutes long, so it's not long at all. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. It's 37 and you guys up in the building, so let's talk. Let's get into it, y'all.
Music exec. I don't see you do everything, bro. Not no Diddy shit though. I'm saying about getting to that bag, bro. I done seen you wear many hats, brother. And today I'm honored to have my brother K Botchey in the building. Make some noise to K Botchey, y'all. Now, y'all know we finna get into a lot of stuff, right? But first thing, we was really sitting here talking to this beautiful young lady right here. Look at her, y'all. Showing them eyes. Goodness gracious. So we was on the phone talking to her about dating and stuff like that. And how I said this, and I want K Botchey to respond how he responded. Y'all missed that. I said that people don't understand how much pressure we are under as men trying to maintain a beautiful lifestyle for ourselves and the woman or women that we date. We under so much pressure with supplying a lifestyle for ourselves and the women that we date because they pretty much the majority of them are dating us for a lifestyle. And I say it's hard for us to maintain that sometimes because we go through real life stuff. And K Botchey was saying that he was giving me an escape route out of that. He was telling me the way out. So tell me the way out of that, brother.
I mean, basically it's saying like, even before you even get to the part of dating, right? You have to take inventory of the people in your life. Like who's here for the right reasons? Who's here because it's aesthetically pleasing to what they want out of life? Like, do you hang around this person because it's beneficial to you? Like, oh, okay, well, I hope to be successful by affiliation. And in some instances, you know, that makes sense, right? It's like you surround yourself with 5 broke people, you're going to be the 6th broke person. But at the same time, it's just like, are you in said friendship or relationship for genuine reasons? I admire something about that person. They motivate me. I'm inspired by them. That's why I tend to want to be around it. But then when it comes to dating, also, you have to take that same amount of inventory with the women that you tend to date, or for women, you know, the guys that you tend to date. Like, what is the main reason for me wanting to pursue said relationship or be around that person? We'll get caught up in trying to keep up with the Joneses to impress people who truly don't give a fuck about you. And in the grand scheme of things, they don't matter, right? So why am I, in some cases, risking my life for a lifestyle that I'm trying to support to impress other people who do not matter? The real people in your life will be with you broke. They'll be with you sick. They'll be with you happy. They'll be with you depressed. They'll be with you successful. And you don't have to question their integrity. At least I would hope you don't. And that's why you tend to keep those people around. But I think we're at a place now where so much of our life is constantly on display, and we feel like we got to play the role to always be an actor. You know what I'm saying? Like, first thing you get up and do, you go in the mirror, or I hope you say your prayers and whatnot, and then you go get on their phone, you get the scrolling. You're seeing what somebody doing and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And you're constantly getting programmed, like, oh, I'm supposed to look like this because that person look like that. Oh, I'm supposed to talk like this because that's the new slang or that's the new trend. I'm supposed to dress like this because this is what the world is telling me I'm supposed to be like, right? I probably went down the rabbit hole. But even when we started,
No, you ain't go down the rabbit hole. You went down the right hole.
you know, like, even when we started to talk about like mental health, and I know it's more of a bigger topic now than it's probably been in past generations. A big part of that is trying to facilitate and live a lifestyle that was never intended for that perceived individual. And now there's so many checks and balances on, you know, how we're supposed to talk, dress, act, eat, where we're supposed to live, the type of car we're supposed to drive, like the type of person we're supposed to date, and all this shit. But it's like, at the end of the day, man, what is conducive to you? Figure out who you are as a person. Say, you know what, that worked for me, that don't really work for them. Because I can't go on that internet and truly say what somebody's life is like. I can say what I saw, right? But once you put that phone down and them cameras go off, that person got to really live with their real life. And the rest of the world don't get to see that shit. I could be going through it, right? But I could show up every day and be on somebody's internet and put on the clothes, put on the jewelry, and, you know, I'm all high and mighty, but shit, crying on the inside. And we don't see that part.
Hurt.
You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, the moral of that is just we have to take inventory of the people we surround ourselves with and what we think we want from people.
Jesus.
I didn't mean to come in there heavy.
Nah, you came in strong, boy. God, bro, you over here got me rethinking my whole life. All right, so let's get here. Okay, we both got.
Now, I definitely agree with everything that K Botchey said. So we do know that they got to ask a little bit of fluff and fluff him up before they get into the mess. But I definitely agree with everything that K Botchey just said in this particular moment. Okay, so let's continue on with the video.
A mutual ex-friend, a mutual brother.
Right.
Because you looked at him like a brother.
Right.
I looked at him like a brother. Mm-hmm. So we both have a mutual ex-brother, Lil Scrappy.
I gotta say one more time, Chaotic sounds like a scorned ex-lover that got played by Lil Scrappy. Scrappy ain't shit. Scrappy is a whole ass nigga. We all know this. Scrappy did Chaotic dirty. We know this. But the question that I have is this right here. If he was still friends with Scrappy right now, would he be sitting down doing interviews with K Botchey to talk about K Botchey's relationship with Scrappy and how Scrappy betrayed him? That's the question that I got. Would you be sitting here doing interviews with K Botchey to talk about Scrappy if you were still friends with Scrappy? Because like I said, it's giving, I'm mad and I'm finna get with anybody that don't fuck with Scrappy. I'm gonna bring them on my platform. Now, however, you can bring whoever you want to on your platform. You got a platform just like me, so I can't tell you who the fuck to bring, but I'm just telling you how it looks. That's all I'm saying. But let's continue.
And you have an ex-girlfriend, right? Her name is Brittany, right?
Yeah, that's what they call her.
That's what they call her. Brittany the realtor, who is now dating Lil Scrappy, right?
Oh, yeah.
But when Lil Scrappy was your brother, you were dating Brittany, right?
Yeah.
And he knew that that was your woman, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me show you something. I'm going to show you something, right? Now, this is deep. Now, Scrappy, when me and Scrappy was brothers, I never dated none of his baby mamas. I was cool with them. He hated the fact if I ever text one of his baby mamas. He didn't even like that I had their number. And they not together, no nothing. And all of us work together.
Right.
And I would text Bam, Erica, just on cool, like we all working. And he would be in his feelings about stuff like that.
Yeah.
He told me I couldn't even be friends with Bambi if I'm gonna be his friend. You understand where I'm coming from?
Well, that sounds about right. That sounds like some shit that Scrappy would get in his feelings about. You know, whoever I don't fuck with, you can't fuck with. If I don't fuck with my baby mama, you can't talk to her. Whatever. That sounds about right. That sounds like some shit that Scrappy would get upset about.
Right. It's my brother. These the boundaries, he said, when we was brothers.
Right.
But he's your brother also. And he knows Brittany was your woman. This was your whole girl, your woman, right? And he easily backdoored you. But when it comes down to somebody backdooring him, he about to jump off of a bridge. If you even be friends with his people. So I want you to tell the story because he told you that he wasn't dealing with her.
So let me say this, right? And out of respect to you, right? Because we got our own relationship and friendship. I don't even want to give them the energy, right? And you know what I'm saying? And really give them the amount of time to be speaking on it. But you know, us conversing, having a conversation, you know, ask me my opinion, my feelings. So I'll go forward, then I'll go backwards. So I got a call about doing the show. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I hadn't watched the show since I originally did it, which was 7 years ago, right? I didn't pay no attention to it. The little bit I see on the internet, like, okay, maybe this is a new cast member. And for the most part, I've always known everybody on the show, right? I probably booked him 100 times, right? Or I actually had a friendship with him. I never viewed him in that light, right? To me, you weren't a cast member on the show. You weren't, you was like, that's the homie, that's my dog, that's my nigga.
A friend.
Right, a friend. So when they asked me about doing it, I guess they had already done like their first season together. And so, you know, people who naturally knew her and I history or knew me and Scrap's history is like hanging out and being buddies and being partners, being brothers and all that and being around. They were sending me like, yo, is this shit for real or is it for TV? Right? So, you know, it's like, I'm not going out of my day or going out of my way to like, hey man, go look at this. You know, they were sending it to me. And so when they approached me about doing the show, my conditions were, I really have no interest in going on here to air anybody out because I'm over this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Her and I don't have no dealings together, like romantically anyway, you know, and him and I personally know what it is, you know, but can you highlight my businesses? Can you highlight the work that I do? I know what y'all want for TV's sake, but can we discuss this and let that be part of it? And, you know, they were like, cool. So I was like, okay, cool. So what happened, right? So now we can get into what happened. Man, I've known Holmes for, I don't fucking know, 15 years maybe, if not longer, right? And you got to understand, in my line of work, you will meet certain artists, certain managers, and certain people, right? They may be a local joker one day. They may be the biggest person in the planet a year later, right? I'm the type of person, I don't care if you was dusty and ashy, and now you the biggest thing in the world. My energy not gonna change with you, right? I learned a long time ago. The same people you see on the way up is the same people you see on the way down, right? And so I've always tried my best to be a man of integrity and fuck with people in the way in which they fuck with me, right? So when you're somebody who's had a career that's lasted that long, we not that different in age. We might be the same age, maybe a year or two. Like since crunk music was a thing in high school, up until it wasn't, and then now having done the show, you know, you may have a core fan base, right? But to me, it's like, you're gonna be the homie, either way it go. Whether you the king of the world one day, or you a has-been or washed up, whoever the next day, I'm gonna keep it with the same with you through and through. So every birthday, I get the call. Hey bro, what we doing, man? Hey, I need you to put my shit together. Like we do this damn near every year, bro. This ain't nothing new.
I did like 2 birthday parties with you, with you and Scrappy.
And so
back to back, I watch you book Scrappy over and over and over and over.
And honestly,
put money in his pocket.
Honestly, in an environment where like booking certain talent just don't make sense to the demo of the club, it's like they're not really coming in for said person, but it don't matter.
Bro, I done seen you lose booking me and him together more than once. Yeah. But you didn't care. You paid us our money and you just did that out of love. And we had fun with us. And you ain't care. Because
at the end of the day, it's like, that's my man. If I'm in a position to help him, I'm going to do it. You feel what I'm saying? At least that's how I view it, right? If you a friend of mine, you somebody, if you ever called me a brother, I've ever called you a brother, and I felt like that was genuine in that way, and I'm in a position to help, I'm going to do it.
So from what I can see is that when K Botchey first did the show, because K Botchey first came on the show in season 7, that's back when he was dating, because you know how Love and Hip Hop is. You never know if a motherfucker, when they get on here and say they dating somebody, you never know if it's for TV or not. Because Young Bird came out a long time ago and said that he was not really dating Hazel E when the show came out, because he was dating Miss Joey, which was Bow Wow's baby mama, but then Miss Joey got cut. You never got to see Miss Joey on the show though. So they wanted him to date Hazel, and Hazel took it to a whole nother level. And it really wasn't about what she was making it out to be, according to Young Bird. So sometimes on Love and Hip Hop, and as much as I love the franchise, sometimes they could do some fake ass shit and put you with folks that you know you ain't dating. But when K Botchey was on the show, he was dating Keely. And that was his first and only season on the show. So when Scrappy started dating Brittany and people knew about Brittany, you know, formerly dating K Botchey, of course the producers was going to come in and say, okay, we want you on the show because Scrappy is dating your ex and we hear that you and Scrappy are friends. This would be good for TV. Now, K Botchey should have known what they was on. When producers are asking around and trying to find people to get on this show and they want their show to pop, they're going to go to the past and see if they can bring these people on the goddamn show. That's with any fucking reality show. Even motherfuckers that would get on and try to lie to kick it so they can be on the show and allow on you to be on the show. Sometimes that happens. But that's just the basis of the situation. So that's what I was getting from it. So K Botchey, on the other hand, he was like, well, you know, okay, I already know what y'all want for the TV aspect, but can y'all please show my business? Can you show what I do in the midst of y'all booking me for this show or whatever? So he already knew what Love and Hip Hop want. Love and Hip Hop is all about some mess, child. Okay, so that's the main reason why they want him on the goddamn show. So as we're listening to K Botchey and Chaotic having their conversation, from what it sounds like to me, K Botchey really thought that Scrappy was a friend of his. K Botchey really thought that Scrappy really fucked with him like that because K Botchey fucked with Scrappy. He was putting money in Scrappy and Chaotic's pocket. He was always looking out for Scrappy and Chaotic. So he always felt like, that's my homeboy, that's the home team. I knew you from back then. We the same age. We been cool. I got a business. I'm booking you. I'm putting money in your pocket whether people want to see you or not. That's what it's coming across to me looking at K Botchey on this screen. And that's what's making me be team K Botchey. But let's continue.
I don't count favors with my niggas. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's you, sometimes it's me, but it's always us if we partners like that.
Fact.
Right? So long story short, this was maybe a couple of years ago. I did it. It was a birthday weekend for him. And we did like a dinner party for him and like a couple of club bookings. And so people was hitting me like, yo, what's up with, you know, him and old girl? And I'm like, I don't know. They may know each other from the gym, but I don't know them. Like, why? So, and they was like, oh, man, he putting heart eyes on the pictures and shit like that. And like, me personally, bro, like, I don't be playing the Instagram internet games and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, even at the time of her and I being off and on and, you know how this shit go when you're dealing with somebody, bro. Like, oh, we beefing right now, I ain't fucking with you, right? But even in the course of doing that, when I kind of caught wind of, I guess, what was ever going on, and people reached out to me about it, you know, it's like, well, I'm not going to go off the assumption. I'm just asking the nigga when I see him. You know what I'm saying? And so, to be all the way truthful, what sparked the conversation was y'all fallout, right? Because I was seeing stuff, and I'm like, I was just on the phone with both of these niggas not even a month ago talking about, you know, putting a tour together on the East Coast, going to Philly, going to DC, Baltimore, yo, Chaotic and old boy doing something. Like, we've been on the phone. Yo, Botchey, when you book one, book two, and let's run this play. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I got promoter homies in all these other cities. So boom, right? So that's where I'm at with it. So whatever the fallout was between y'all, when I just asked him like, hey, like, that's y'all being funny, that's some TV shit, or is it real deal? And he was like, nah, I don't mess with homes. I'm like, damn, what happened? So he's explaining his side of the situation, and I kid you not, bro. I told him, I say, hey, man, listen, if y'all was brothers at one point in time, before you feel the need for it to escalate to being physical, pull homie to the side and just talk to him. Don't go on the internet and do it. Just, hey, my nigga, you did some shit I ain't respect, bro. Hey, man, holla at me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, a lot of bullshit can be stopped with a fucking conversation. Fuck what everybody else think about it. Can me and you as men have a conversation, be respectful? If I ever loved you once, I can always have love for you, even if I choose not to fuck with you no more.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? At least that's how I was raised, and that's how I am. Mm-hmm. So in doing that, I bumped into him. I think it was like at Onyx or something. And you know, I asked him about what y'all had going on first, and he gave me his spiel. And then I'm like, listen, bro, when I ask you something, you my nigga, so you know, we're not gonna fall out about this, but just keep it buck with me. Like, man, do you and Charlotte got something going on? And it kind of caught him off guard, right? Now I know niggas been, I don't smoke, but you know, he probably been smoking, been drinking, I've been drinking, you know, so we having a conversation, and it was like, he said everything but yes or no. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, that was kind of awkward. So, you know, I'm taking it as like, either you don't want to keep it a buck with me, or you might just be under the influence and you avoiding this conversation. That's
okay. So basically, in so many words, Botchey had found out about Scrappy and Chaotic falling out. He was asking Scrappy about his side of the story. When it came down to the Chaotic fallout, Scrappy told his side of the story. So after Scrappy told his side of the story, Botchey had been hearing in the streets that he was out here messing around with Brittany being the girl that he's with now. And so he asked Scrappy about it, and when Scrappy did not give him a yes or no answer, or he acted like he wanted to avoid the question altogether, it made him think about it, and it's like, okay, something ain't right here. So I'm just going to step back, because I don't know what the fuck going on at this particular moment. Like, I don't know what we doing here, but something ain't right about this situation. And we're going to find out what's right and what's wrong. And I don't know if you high or if you're under the influence or you're just trying to avoid this conversation, but something about this ain't right. And we're going to see to it that I find out what's actually going on here. So that's what I was getting from this whole damn conversation. Botchey didn't know what to think about it at all. He didn't know what to say about it at all. All he knew was that when he asked Scrappy, Scrappy really did not know how to answer the question. Better yet, didn't really want to answer it at all. That's how it come across to me. So, yeah, let's continue.
That's how I initially took it. Mm-hmm. So, and I said to him, I said, listen, bro, I'm not one of them niggas that have feelings for somebody and try to be all cool. Like, oh, man, I don't give a fuck who do. I'm like, me and her are not together right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is our history. This is what we've been through. When you came to my birthday, nigga, my surprise dinner, her and I were hand in hand walking in there. So I would think that you would recognize her when you see her with me, right? And not play stupid like you didn't know that we had dealings. You see what I'm saying? Like, as your homeboy, as your partner, as your man, if I see you with a female, I don't know the conditions of what y'all got going on. She could just be your date for the night. She could just be your fun for the night, right? But guess what? Nigga, we live in Atlanta, fucking Georgia, bro. There's millions of beautiful black women here. Out of all the women in the world, I ain't ever got to deal with somebody you got dealings with. Ever. For what? I can walk outside my door, it's 30 of them around the corner, bad ones. I don't have to go and fuck with nothing you got going on, whether I know the severity of your relationship or not, right? Because what happens when you was with a Friday and you pop out and see me with her Sunday? I don't know the strength of the relationship there, but I can be hands off because it's not that deep. Not over my mans. It's not that deep. Unless there was somebody I was in love with, had a relationship with. You follow what I'm saying? So in the midst of us having this conversation, I'm like, you know, we currently not dealing with each other. You feel what I'm saying? But this is how I feel about her. This is our history. I'm letting you know that. You don't have to hear it from nobody else, nigga. You hearing it from me, right? So boom, we did it, the conversation, had some drinks, partied a little bit, and that was that. That next morning, I texted him and I was like, yo, per our conversation last night, because this is what I don't like to do with niggas, or people, period. Niggas do a lot of club talking, right? But I'm very intentional on what the fuck I'm talking to you about, my nigga. So I don't want this to fall on deaf ears or drunk ears. So that next morning, I shot him a text. I said, hey, per our conversation last night, if y'all got something going on, let me know. And I'm paraphrasing that conversation, right? And side note, before it gets to it being a physical situation, when you were chaotic, call bro up and have that conversation. Because now I've never even talked to you about it. So I don't even know. I know his perspective on it, right? And I said to him, based on what he told me, not what I talked to you about. It's like, sometimes people would do things out of self-preservation, right? It's like, man, I got to worry about me. So if the issue that y'all dealing with is a sign of that can be worked out by having a conversation. That's pretty much why I left the text. His response was, no, bro, ain't nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? If something would have happened, I would have just told you so it ain't awkward with me and you. Cool.
So he told you that, and then you see that they really was together. When you seen that they was together in a relationship, how did that make you feel?
Well, so let me tell you how that happened. So I saw him, we had the conversation, we had the back and forth on the text message. Cool, I left it at that. Now, during that period afterwards, we still done hung out, we still done kicked it. Another birthday done came and passed. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we done been in Magic together and Rose Bar together, kicking it, regular shit. So I was on the work trip. I was flying back from, I think I was in LA or something. I was flying back from LA, and somebody sends me a text message. And I'm like, yo, I'm on a flight. I land in a couple hours with the whoop. And like, yo, check the DM. I'm like, all right, cool. So I get a video on my DM and I'm looking at it and I'm like, all right, I see bruh, and he with a female. Okay, what about it? And they're like, look at the video again. So I'm looking, I'm like, damn, she do kind of look like a girl, right? And so then I go and look on the page and I see that they together.
In a whole relationship on TV.
Well, that part hadn't even happened yet. This is just them on a trip, right? So I'm like.
So this was the beginning of
I guess.
But you know, they was already in the relationship prior to
yeah, I mean, I would think like prior to being on the vacation together, y'all had some kind of conversation. You had some dealings. You understand what I'm saying?
He was cracking it at that time.
So, you know, that's how it fully came to me. Like, I saw the video of them on vacation, and so right when I landed, you know, like you might try to post some shit on Instagram, don't go through till you touch down or whatever. So when I touched down, whatever video I had uploaded on my page, it posted right when I landed in my story. And I saw like he was at the top of my views. So it's like, you looking to get a reaction out of me because you just saw what was posted. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, what you on, my nigga? Like, bro, we ain't never had an argument, a disagreement, a beef, nothing ever in life. Any reaction that you've gotten out of me, I've gotten out of you, has always been in a place of love. Whether we was doing turkey drives together, fucking community cleanups, you know what I'm saying? Like bookings, or just, hey bro, where you at? Pull up on me. Like
y'all was really hanging. With this.
So it seems like this was a one-sided loyalty type of situation. Like Botchey up here really believing that y'all friends, that y'all really homeboys, that y'all bros. But then, and you ask him about it, and then he tells you, well, if there's something going on with me and Brittany, I'll just tell you that, but ain't nothing really going on with me and Brittany. But all the while, there's something going on with you and Brittany, and you're not opening up your mouth to actually tell Botchey exactly what's going on between you and Brittany. And it's given that you're a fake ass nigga, you weird as fuck, and that is the reason why Botchey is upset about it. And I think that he has every right to be, especially if I already asked you man to man, and I asked you this shit, and the first thing that you want to do is sit up here and turn the cheek and not even be no real nigga about it. You just gonna sit up here and act like you don't understand why a motherfucker asking you questions. Come on now, Scrappy. And then you want to sit up here and act like you such a real nigga and you all about the bro code and shit like that. Because if you just listen to the shit that Scrappy say, he does come across like he's about that, but he's really not, because he sit up here and play games with this man and it's really out here parading around with Brittany, knowing that they used to be his man. I mean, used to be his girlfriend. But Brittany is also a part of this blame, to be honest, Because I know that we can sit up here and be mad at Scrappy because Scrappy was supposed to be K Botchey friend, and that's true. But in the same breath, Brittany is just as wrong as Scrappy is too. Because just like Scrappy knows that he was cool with K Botchey, Brittany know that Scrappy was cool with K Botchey too. So she shouldn't have been fucking with that man knowing that he was cool with Scrappy. Now Brittany got to take some blame of this situation as well. Scrappy more so than Brittany, but Brittany wrong too. Cause I wouldn't really want to fuck with her ass either, knowing that I was fucking with you and then you go here and fuck with my friend. Like I really ain't got nothing for you. And that's just how I am for real. A lot of the times I put a lot of, cause I've been in situations where, you know, this dude's supposed to be my homeboy, my brother, and you go out here and you fucking one of my old works. I'm definitely gonna be mad at my friend, and I'm definitely gonna be mad at that old work too. Cause don't be trying to be cool with me and then you fucking my friend, or don't be trying to be fucking with me and then you fucking with my old work. Like the blame got to be shifted on both ends in my eyes, but that's just what I think. But let's continue.
The part that really killed me, y'all was really hanging tough, bro. Like y'all really was hanging out, bro. That boy, like you was really like you was helping him in so many different ways. You was helping him with money. You was helping him with his appearance of how the game look at him with the turkey drives, giving back, with the cleaning up in the community, because all them was your events, and you just allowed him to come and put his face on it, but he didn't put no money towards none of that, nothing. So you giving him looks, and for him to go backdoor you with your ex-girlfriend was diabolical to me, because he act like he's such the realest, solidest guy in the world.
Man, look, bro.
He backdoored one of his, this is the friend, y'all, that he backdoored, that he's still backdooring to this day.
Well, look, I'll say this, right? We all 40 plus years old, right? As grown as men and women, who you lay with ain't none of my motherfucking business. So even when it came time to film, I reiterated that over and over to producers. My issue with said woman has already been discussed between us, rectified. It is what it is, right?
So you did confront her about it?
Yeah, we had a whole conversation about it. You know what I'm saying?
And did it go like crazy left? Was it smooth?
Nah.
Was you peed about it? Was you just like, okay, or was it like, how you play with me like that?
We had enough history to where even when things weren't on great terms, I always felt like there was a certain amount of respect there, right? Like in any relationship, and I've said this to her, I said to my sisters, I said to my female friends all the time, there's a slight difference between men and women, all right? No guy, unless he takes it from you, okay? You have to allow a man to enter you, right? If I go and sleep with a friend of yours, despite whatever fallout you and I had, I've always had a little bit of a desire to do that. You're not going to stick your dick in some shit that you don't generally want to do. It don't matter who the person is, right? So if a woman allows you inside of her, right? This is my perspective. A part of you had a desire to let that happen. He didn't take it from you, right? So I can accept that was your decision and you stood on that and you did that. Hey, ma'am, that's on you. But you as my nigga though,
as my homie,
and I came to you and expressed what it was, and you still gonna move how you move. It's like, boom, yo, once I saw that video and I landed,
that's a snake.
Listen, once I saw the video and I landed, I texted him right there. I'm like, bro, you a whole sucker. I had way more respect for you. And I let it, and that was that. I might have saw him maybe a month later. He, I guess, tried to speak with him. I'm like, I don't fuck with you. You know, I don't fuck with you. So we not finna play.
So basically, once he saw that video with Scrappy and Brittany, he texted Scrappy and he said to him, "You a sucker ass nigga, and that's fucked up of you to do what you doing, and I don't fuck with that." That's pretty much what he was telling Scrappy. And then when he saw Scrappy again, Scrappy tried to speak to him, and he told Scrappy, "You know I don't fuck with you. Why you talking to me?" Scrappy, that is some sucker ass shit though. That is a sucker ass shit though. You can't sit up here and call yourself a real ass nigga and do all this after you sit up here and lie to this man face saying you wasn't fucking with his old work. Then when he texts you, calling you a suck ass nigga about it, you in turn want to speak to him when you see him in the street. Don't be trying to speak to me when you see me in the streets, homeboy, after you just got through fucking on my old work. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what type of time are you on? That's some bullshit. You can't sit up here and do shit like that and think that you supposed to get away with that. Like, what type of time? Well, like, what type of shit is that? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what type of shit is that? That's not what we do. It's really not what we do. So I'm gonna need for you to really figure that part out, because that was fucked up. Truly fucked up for you to do some shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, that ain't right. That ain't cool. You should have never did that. That was some suck ass shit. Like, for real. Let's continue.
Like, it's cool. I'm fucking with, like, all right, cool. And that's been it. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, it's like you reap what you sow. Hey man, if y'all go do y'all big one and let it be what it be, but you also gotta understand now, right? A snake will shed his skin and grow that motherfucker back, right? So how a certain person will move with a certain person, they'll move that same way with you. Now, if that's the circus that you choose to be in, by all means, rock out with your cock out, my nigga. Like, I ain't tripping on that. But it was never truly about their relationship. It's like, damn, my nigga, like,
you confronted him when we was boys.
We spoke about something.
Yes.
Right?
And you lied to my face.
This was the worst part of it. All of us have mutual friends. Atlanta ain't that big, my nigga. I've been outside for 20 fucking years. We're going to have some mutual friends. Conversation is going to happen. People going to see something about me or see something about you, and they'll have a little 1-2 to say about it, right? But it's like when you say, oh, I ain't never fucked with bro. Oh, he's just a nigga I know from the club. Now we crossed the line of being disrespectful.
Oh, no, he didn't me like that. He didn't know. He went on big facts, and he just called me Buddy. Oh, man, Buddy was my coworker. That wasn't my homeboy. That's what he did to me.
So
whenever Scrappy get caught in the wrong, he make it like the person that he wronged was never his friend. That's something that Scrappy is good at doing.
So, like I said, like, even when we talked, it was like, nigga, I don't want to give you an hour of my life out of my day of talking about you to the world. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's more of a respect thing. It's more of a lesson to learn. It's just like, like when you was a kid and your mama tell you everybody around ain't your friend. That shit don't change when you 30 years old. This motherfucker don't change when you 40 years old. If you blessed in this life to have 3 solid people in your life, my nigga, you won. Yeah, I'd rather have 4 solid than 100 snakes. Ooh. And I'm not going to portray like we was lifelong brothers and partners and all this shit. But bro, we got a 15-year history of being solid niggas with one another. I go to church some Sundays. I put in my church notes. I send them to you. You might go to church and watch it from the crib. You send me notes. You don't do that to random people.
And if you, but watch this, if you would have backdoored him on one of his baby mamas, he would have hated you for life.
And I would never do it.
I never did.
Beautiful baby mamas. I got the utmost respect for E. I got the utmost respect for Bam. I booked them for events.
But you would never on
the strength of him and without the strength of him. But but it's too many women. Why would I go fuck with, even if y'all ain't got nothing going on, I still don't have to do that.
That's because the whole time he was around you, he wanted what you had. Period.
And he didn't strike me as somebody like that was like that. You know what I mean? So again, at the end of the day, even as moving forward with currently where we are on the show, my whole perspective was I don't want nobody going to tell a version of a story about me. Mm-hmm. I didn't call nobody to come on your show. Y'all reached out to me about what was going on. You understand what I'm saying? You did a whole season already without me. You could have did a second one, but y'all reached out to me to get perspective in part. Like Carly that's my girl. That's family. That's my sister, right? So even in helping her with the restaurant, all that was 100% authentic, right? The situation with me, old boy and old girl is 100% authentic from my perspective. I can't tell you what they chit-chatting about and trying to put on TV and make believe, but I can't make believe with nobody.
So let me ask you this: as far as this season, because this is the last season that's out, right? Are you still on the show, or did they let you go from the show?
Just, the crazy part is, from what I've heard, that it was said that me being on there was a conflict of interest in filming because he felt the way about me being on there. Now, granted, I got other businesses going on in real life. So, yes, it's an opportunity. Yes, it's a situation to, put your shit out there, right? And I'm a businessman, so any opportunity that makes sense to make business, so long as it doesn't compromise my integrity, I can do it because I can tell my narrative. See what I'm saying? I'm not finna go in here and play fight like, oh, we finna hit. No, bro, because if it go there, your security, they're gonna have to earn their paycheck. But I know that about myself. So even in doing that, I didn't all the way feel away when the phone call stopped and there was no, hey, we need you on this, that, da. But I knew, okay, in part, y'all know I'm not finna be no clown on here. And secondly, oh boy, ain't want me on here, and it was like him or me type shit. That's what was so
same thing that happened to me. So it was Scrappy or Chaos. That's what Scrappy do, because Scrappy got seniority on it. So if you somebody that's coming against him, especially if you making him look bad, oh, he gonna pull his fit and they gonna get you up out of there. So let me ask you.
So in so many words, him being on the show was cut short because Scrappy felt some kind of way about Botchey being on said show. He don't really want adversaries of him to be on the show. So what he does is he'll throw a fit to the producers and then they get rid of the people that was brought to the show. I kind of feel like that's not right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I kind of don't think that that's cool. But that's what happens when a person has seniority. And Scrappy has been on the show since it started. So of course they're gonna roll with what the senior of the platform says. If I don't feel like he should be there, if he is a threat to my company or my existence, then I don't want him there, and I don't think y'all should let him come. That's exactly what was being said right now. But let's continue.
This. How do you feel about Scrappy right now?
Now, I really don't have no feelings about the nigga, to be honest with you. Like, I've seen this man 100 times since everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga see me, don't say nothing. I see him, ain't nothing to be said. Because you understand. You know, nigga. Because I said it to you. I looked you in your eye and told you, I don't fuck with you. Ain't nobody, no shit on the internet. Ain't nobody in the club. Ain't nobody in your friend group got to tell you that. You heard that shit from me, my nigga. So you know where I stand with you personally. And we can leave it there and let it die there. See what I'm saying? So long as nobody get to playing with one another. Because I'm not going to play with you. It ain't that deep. You feel what I'm saying? Unless it gets disrespectful. Because the narrative is never going to be we fighting over a woman. That ain't in my deck of cards. I don't do that. But when we get to the level of disrespect as men, we got to have a solution. And hopefully it's peaceful. Hopefully. You understand what I'm saying? But, it's like, I'm one of them niggas, bro.
Let me go back just a little bit.
I'm not going to play with you. It ain't that deep. You feel what I'm saying? Unless it gets disrespectful. Because the narrative is never going to be we fighting over a woman. That ain't in my deck of cards. I don't do that. But when we get to the level of disrespect as men, we got to have a solution. And hopefully it's peaceful. Hopefully. You understand what I'm saying? But, it's like, I'm one of them niggas, bro. I don't shrink myself in no room I go in. So it don't matter if I'm by myself and you with 30 niggas, I'm going to be just as comfortable. You understand what I'm saying? So when I see Holmes out and he be with his partners, they all speak because they know what it is.
Bro, it's the same exact thing.
Hold on, let's see.
His partners, they all speak because they know what it is.
So when Scrappy be with his friends, all of his homeboys that he really cool with, they all still fuck with Botchey because they already know what the deal is. They know what's going on. They know what's happening. So my thing is this: if your homeboys still speak to Botchey, then they know that you want some sucker shit then. Because sometimes, you know what I'm saying, some guys, if you don't fuck with their friend, they don't want to fuck with you either. That's normally how it goes at times. But for them to still speak to Botchey, even though Botchey don't fuck with you, it's something about you. You feel what I'm saying? It got to be you. You got to be the problem. You got to be the issue. Because they still fuck with Botchey. So it's kind of like, okay, they still fuck with me. So At the end of the day, it gotta be something that you did. So Scrappy, yeah, you're not looking too good in this situation, homeboy, but you wasn't gonna look too good in it anyway because this man speaking, like y'all were really like homeboys for real. And you said on Love and Hip Hop and said that you and K Botchey was never really friends like that. But the way that he talking and the way that he's sounding right about now, y'all really was friends. Y'all was friends because the shit that he did for you, that's not something that if a motherfucker not my friend, I ain't doing that for them. And that's just really how it goes, to be quite honest. Like, no, ma'am. So it is what it is. Let's continue on though. Let's keep it going.
Bro, it's the same exact thing with me. I was just at the Millennium concert. Him, his manager, all his homeboys. Guess what? We all in the same room together. They all dap me up. He the only one don't speak. You know why? You know why his homeboys do that? Because his homeboys know he do sucker shit. But they don't got nothing else like outside of him. So it's like, of course, they gonna be loyal to him, but they still gonna keep their face clean with the people that he burned bridges with because they letting you know when they dap you up, man, I ain't on that fuck shit, cuz on. Like, you feel me? Like, I know they letting you know when they dap you up, I know cuz played you. But I just want you to know I still rock with you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's what that be.
But it's confirmation of being a solid nigga, and I can always hang my head on that. Like, I don't get too moved by the people in the comments, right? Like, y'all niggas sitting at home watching what's going on in my life and having conversation. I don't give two shits about what you got going on. God bless you. I pray for you, but I'm not that invested in fucking strangers. So the comments don't really move me when I know what the situation is. You're going to watch these TV shows, they're going to edit it and script it.
And you go run with
flip it and turn it to the narrative of what needs to make for good television. I understand that and I respect it. I knew what I was signing up for, but you and I having a conversation, I'm not going to tell you nothing that's not real. You understand what I'm saying?
But,
so even with her, it's like, I thought about like how he mad at bro, but he ain't mad at her. Nigga, I wasn't in a relationship with you for 3 years. Nigga, it's different levels. Like see, I ain't want to nigga like, oh, men like this, women like that, right? People are fucking people. And I understand that life ain't never been 50-50. So the rules that are applicable to you as a man and me as a man is different when two people who used to be in a relationship, right? We're gonna have a conversation because I never tell half the story. I wasn't a saint when me and Charlotte was dealing with each other. So I understand certain levels of mistrust and things like that. It happened. But it's lines that I just don't cross. I'm not backdoing you to go smash one of your homegirls because I'm upset about something you did. If I did that, I always had a little bit of an interest in doing that shit.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's just fact up. So, that's all the energy I'm gonna give that shit, man. But
so guess what? This is what we gonna do, right? So by you being an entrepreneur, business owner, I don't want to call you a promoter. What you call it again? Curator. I like that word. Yeah. Curator. What advice do you have to anyone coming up that want to be in the game you in, business owners, entrepreneurs, curators, that all the young Kibachis in the world that's coming up, looking up to you and others like you that's struggling and where they at, confused in where they at? What advice do you got to give them?
Man, listen. You follow me, I'm a God-fearing man, and I send myself around there. And I'm gonna give you some pieces of advice. First and foremost, know who you are, right? And knowing who you are, you have to fully submit and commit yourself to what God is calling you to be. Mm-hmm. Don't go and jump into something because somebody else made it look good and say, man, you know what? I want to do that, right? Because like I said earlier, you don't know what they deal with outside of the limelight that attracted you, right? You may not be built for that. Can you stomach $100,000 loss on an event and come back? Ooh. Can you go broke, and I mean flat broke, and get it all back? Can you earn $1 million, lose $1 million, and work your way back up, right? Certain people want things, but bro, you're not built for it, for what come with it. It just looks good. Or you do it for the attention, or you do it for the females, or you do it because you think it's easy. You understand what I'm saying? So my advice to you is always, in any line of business, figure out who you are as a person first and have a passion for it. If you truly love the craft that you're doing, it'll never feel like work.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You would do it for free if you could. So something that you fall in love with and you would do for free, and you have the ability to make it into a career, then you know you're in the right space. Secondly, I would say find people. Well, let me back up. Identify what your weaknesses are. Right? Identify what your weaknesses are, and find people whose strengths are what your weaknesses are, and then you build your team from that. Right? I know I'm a creative. That's a talent God gave me. I can lay in my bed at night and just think of like dope events or dope ideas or dope partnerships with people. But I know what I lack at. Sometimes my lack is execution, because I want to do everything. And trying to do everything, I done gave everything 50% instead of giving that one thing 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So those are things that I had to learn. And if you have a regular job, use that as your capital. Don't go leave your job saying, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. Because, nigga, this shit ain't sweet. You feel what I'm saying? I done had $20,000 weeks, 80K months, $1 million years, and lost that shit. You understand what I'm saying? But guess what? It was in me to do what I fell in love doing. So it didn't stop me. It didn't deter me. You feel me? And I think some people, they don't really grasp that aspect of it. It's just like, oh man, such and such do it, man. I can go do it. Like when my brother and I like started getting into the restaurant business, we just took it as the mindset of, shit, we've been promoting the club so long. This shit can't be no different. Shit, me. Staffing is completely different. The ROI on food versus hard ticket sales and kickback from bars is different, right? How many times you go somewhere in a restaurant and they give you something for free?
Well, it's all the time.
Okay, cool. How many chaotics are there in the world?
Not a lot.
So they may do that for you, right? But other people may have that perception like, oh man, these are my people's spot, man, they're supposed to give me a discount. So if you came to support me, I'm supposed to discount every single supporter I got.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And people will do that and go fucking broke. You know, the average return on your investment in the restaurant business is sometimes 3 to 5 years. How many people can stomach not making money for 3 to 5 years, and you don't put everything you had into that? You waiting 3 to 5 years to turn a profit. Not many people can do that. You know, and it's not to deter you from wanting to do that. That's what your passion is, but understanding business and the line of work that you're getting into. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
That's real. Now that's some real spill. So tell the people where they can find you at, what platforms, where all they can tap in with you at, where they can come party with you at, and where they can come sit down and eat with you at.
First and foremost, you can catch me at Sauce Buckhead. We're in the heart of Buckhead, around the corner from the Buckhead Theater. We specialize in Italian cuisine. So Tuscan style pizza, pasta, the best wings in Atlanta. We do baked wings. We don't take it from frozen, throw it in the fryer. We do oven baked wings. Event space wise, M-Bar on Auburn Ave. Shout out to Chogi. Man, I do events everywhere, bro, from nightclubs to event spaces. Right now, I'm working with a team of guys, and we're shifting our focus to do more experiential events, right, that we can take nationally, right? So we're looking to be your next Coachella, your next Afro Nation. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm on Instagram at Botchey. I ain't really heavy on too much else outside of that. A lot of shit be a distraction. But if you in Atlanta, man, I ain't hard to find, man. Support, show love, and it's going to be reciprocated.
Yeah, and all the information to tap in with him going to be in the description, not description. Description. That's crazy. Description. Yeah. It's going to be in the description. Y'all make sure y'all tap in, like, share, subscribe, comment. Push this video through the roof. We need 100,000 views or better in 24 hours. Let's go.
Hey, hold on. Y'all continue to support my dog. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's music, whether it's television, whether it's acting, I think the nigga is bound for the big screen. And I mean the big one, the one that don't sit in your living room, the big guy. So, man, bro, you've been solid. You know what I'm saying? Since we met you, and I salute you because obviously, not too many people, can stay true to that. But yeah, but continue to support my dog, man. Show up for him, and yeah, man, peace and love. Y'all be safe.
Thank you, brother. God bless y'all.
Yes, sir.
And that was pretty much the gist of it. The only thing that I can tell you guys by listening to K Botchey and all the things that he was saying is that basically Scrappy is a dog ass nigga. Scrappy is a sucker ass nigga. And he's not the person that he proclaims to be. And that is very unfortunate. Because a lot of times you hear people talk about how much of a real nigga they are. I'm real. I'm this. I'm real. I'm real. I'm real. I'm real. I'm real. And all the other stuff. And you really not real like that. Like you really ain't about what you talking about at all. And it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, to be honest. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That's the way I look at it. And I really feel like K Botchey is very solid from the way it looks. But I'm just gonna go on record and say this. I'm definitely gonna need for Chaotic to stop talking about Scrappy so goddamn much. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna need for him to stop talking about Scrappy all the time on his platform because it's becoming a Scrappy hate train, and it's not. And you know, you got us on your side, Chaotic. We already know that Scrappy treated you like shit. Like we already know that. But I promise you, and you can do whatever you want to do because it is your platform. But I can't spend my time on my platform talking about a motherfucker that I don't fuck with no more or anything like that. I promise you I can't. That's just something that I can't do, and that's something that I won't do. You will never make me look pressed about anybody that I don't fuck with no more. I promise you won't. But that's just me. I can't speak for nobody but me. And that's just that. Okay. Now, I saw somebody. I didn't forget your comment, Sharice. You asked me when was I doing who was wrong again. I don't know because right now my channel is in transition. While I'm sitting up here trying to figure out because you know I'm transitioning. I'm trying to pivot while I'm still trying to do reality TV and gossip. I want to get more into music content, and that's something that I've been trying to do, and I'm still trying to do it. It's kind of hard to do, but I'm trying to do it as we go along, as we speak. So I don't know when I'm doing who was wrong again. I don't really know when I'm doing young, fresh, and new again. Those two segments are segments that I enjoy working on, but I don't know if I don't know when I'm gonna have time to really focus on those again. But I'm not gonna rule it out and say that it's not coming back because I do have intentions on bringing it back. It's just about more so about when. Because right now my primary focus is doing more music content right now. The Jail Slayer says I look so tired. I am. Listen, I tried to get a nap in today, so I can just a little cat nap, but then I got a phone call from my manager at work. It interrupted my nap. Child, I was supposed to be off tomorrow. I was very excited about having a moment to rest, but then I got to go to work on my day off tomorrow, and I'm really pissed off about that. This is why I don't like to work for people. This is why I'm working so hard to get to the point to where I'm not working for anyone but myself. This is so irritating to me. And this particular job right here, I was supposed to leave this motherfucker this year, but they got me to stay for another year because it's going to make 10 years with me being with the company so I can get my pension. If it wasn't for the pension, I'd be gone. I'm sick of this place. I promise y'all I am. But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. Anyway, y'all, yes, more music and reaction videos with Bendo too. Oh, yes, me and Bendo actually talked about doing like reaction videos together. We talked about doing music content together. We've actually discussed that. So there's definitely going to be some music and reaction videos from Bendo and that. Who better to do it since he's a rapper and he does music and he likes music of all facets. Why not do that? You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all within the plan, you guys. But y'all, I'm out of here. I will see you guys over on T's platform for the Whether You Like It or Not panel at 8:30. We'll be over on T's page. I'm gonna share the link on my community wall once this is over, and I might give you guys a story time tonight. I ain't gave you guys no story time in quite some time, and that's another thing that I want to do a little bit more of is story times and music content. So I'm gonna see what I can do. I got a story in my head, so we could talk about it. So I might give you guys a story time after the Whether You Like It or Not panel. You know, I like to do my story times late at night. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And I am out of here. But once again, be sure to check out my best friend's clothing line on ETSY. It's called Shifted. Make sure you guys support him down. Okay, make sure you guys support him down. Also, if you haven't, be sure to make sure you purchase my book. It's on Kindle Books as well as Amazon. If you want to get into the story, y'all need to get into the story, honey. Y'all need to get into it because it's going to be amazing. Well, it is amazing, but part 2 is actually on the way. It's with my publisher right now, and be on the lookout for the Sex, Love, and Pain show with me, my friend DJ, and my homegirl Nikki, honey. This would be members only, so be on the lookout for that. They already ready to go, so we're gonna see what day I'm gonna decide to do this on. So be on the lookout for that. With that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out here, and I will see you guys on the next one.
That 20, yeah, you always been a sneaky bitch, hating from the sidelines, trying to get picked, yeah. You don't found one, yeah, you don't found one. You don't found one, found you a real one. On my assets lately, you catching face shots, fire catching babies. Heavy on the highs, better get you some gravy. Cut that lady check while you out here being lazy. I got bored with that season, I'm talking shit when I'm spitting. Fact the bitch, I'm the reason when it got you hoes heated. Snow got them hoes sneezing, got the meals you not eating. Where had them hoes leaking, God trust when I'm speaking. It's give.
Big bands gon' make it hot. Real niggas gonna come up, don't let the game gon' change us. Real niggas in my circle, ho, don't ever play us. This the real hustle, we make the money, don't make it make us. They ain't bout shit, talking out they neck. Bitch, we bring the heat every time we step. You fucking with a beast, fucking with the best. Get money on the east, plug on the west. Bitch, I'm from the north, but we run this out. Bitch, we outside, what you talking about? Who the fuck is me? No, who the fuck is you?